Jamestown was a peaceful community until Butch Lord showed up.
All right.
You're listening to the Butch Lord Radio Roadshow. The Butch Lord Radio Roadshow is the world's first touring radio show. We tour nationally doing live comedy unique to the cities that we tour in. We do live interviews unique to the cities that we tour in. It's the touring radio show, the world's first, the Butch Lord Radio Roadshow.
This guy has been touring all across the country, and I love him. I know you will too. Please give a warm welcome to Butch Lord!
I want a cheeseburger with extra pickles, but home to Butch Lord Radio Roadshow.
That sounded as good over the radio as it did live here in the studio, huh? How about ya? That was Joe Glarner and the what is the name of that band?
We have no idea. It's just that it's a group of strays we picked up off the street for next weekend's show.
Joe Glarner and the Stray Cats. Joe Glarner and the Stray Cats, who will be backing up American Idols next week, and we got them here. Gosh dang it. That's how it works here at Butch Lord Radio Roadshow. We're on top of stuff. If there's something going on in Warren, Jamestown, we know about it. We're there. We bring them in the studio. And it is in the studio. This is the first live taping of the Butch Lord Radio Roadshow right here. And we actually have a studio audience. Give it up there, studio audience. Give yourselves a round. So as you can tell, that's either a real audience or the shittiest laugh track ever. That's it. But no, we actually got some people here. We wanted to try and do a live taping of the Butch Lord Radio Roadshow this morning, 6 a.m. Sunday morning. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
We're live in the studio.
Exactly. But this is it. We're here. We're doing it live this morning in the studio. We actually have a couple of guests here, too. We're going to get a couple of interviews out of these people. It's not just an average audience. We got a couple of people here. We have actually Jeff Clark from the Boonies, the film festival in Warren. What up, Jeff?
Hey.
Huh? Jeff returning a favor because they woke me up on a Sunday morning to go over and shoot footage at the mental institution. Yeah, he's making a film short about some nut job, and he's like, yeah, we need a couple of people who look out of their mind crazy. Joe's like, oh, I got just the guy. We also have everybody who went with us to Sturgis is here to celebrate the second episode of Sturgis. We had a great time out there. With us here is, we have, of course, associate producer Andy Shalino, right there. Andrew. He's been on the air already. He didn't get, although he edited out his absolutely last week. And kind of left me hanging with a little space in there. It sounded like I was talking to myself or my imaginary friend, like he didn't answer.
You're always talking to yourself.
Well, this morning I got my live audience in here. And I wanted to continue the introductions. I have also the band, which is... Now, these cats, I got to say, this band is thrown together. We were kind of joking, but they're all cool musicians, good musicians, great musicians from all kinds of different bands and projects. And we got, of course, we got Steve Chappell. Steve, what other band... What's your biggest project going on right now other than the Joe Glarner Idol thing?
Well, Charity News and the Drive is getting pretty big right now. She's from Big Leg I'm on, and also playing the Pennsylvania Peach Pickers, playing the Joseph Glarner Blues Band, playing the Joseph Glarner Group.
Dang!
So, to keep busy these days, you gotta kind of be in 4 bands just to stay busy all the time.
See, that's the busiest musician in Warren area right there. Well, and you know what that says? It's a sad statement because that's how much he's got to work to pay the dang bills. We don't get paid enough as entertainers. He's got to take 40 bands. It's not enough pay out there. We also have on drums the legendary. We have right here Jim. Jim Sturdivant is in many a band, including these. And what was that project that I missed over at Andy's, Jim?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors, which I still got to catch. So, and we also have on the bass, right here, we have Gavin Paternity.
Yeah, close enough.
Paternity? How do you pronounce that?
See, I asked Joe. This is great. I called him Paternity. I said to Joe, I go, really? Paternity?
I figured it was set up for a good joke, if anything, you know?
Joe, no, you made me look like a moron. Thank you. Under the bus.
Basis.
All apologies, Gavin.
No worries. I get it all the time.
I know. First time I was ever on stage, I was called Bruce Lloyd. Ladies and gentlemen, Bruce Lloyd. I looked around for Bruce. But looky here, we are live at the Butch Lloyd Radio Roadshow in studio, and I say this is episode 2 of our Sturgis adventure. I don't know if anybody's ever been to Sturgis that's here in the studio audience. Oh, wait, the whole studio audience. The whole studio audience, and it was all of our first times. We also have in studio, we have Miss Melissa Elfman right over here. See me read that? It didn't even, you could hear me read it. What am I saying? You know, it was as bad as it was as bad as me trying to find Jim Sturdivant. Okay. Melissa Elfman, who is actually, she's been a bud and a friend of the show since the start, and it was great because she went out to Sturgis with us and ended up being the coolest sign in all of Sturgis.
Amen.
Those of you who have seen that, yes. We had the legendary master body painter, Mark Reed, put a logo on her sexy, naughty, hottie body, and it said, and she's got some real badass tattoos. If you don't know Miss Melissa, if you haven't been on the site yet and seen those, she's got a sweet tattoo that goes up one side. He kind of blended it in, and it was like the whole logo worked with her ink. It was really cool, and it said, Budweiser presents Butch Lloyd Radio Roadshow. Way down here it said, we are everywhere. But the best part is during the Creed performance, we had her get on Andy's shoulders, which Andy loved. And we had her get on Andy's shoulders, and they went up to the front, and she was on his shoulders, and they hit her with the camera. And it was so sweet, man, because they waited and waited. I was in the truck the day before watching them mix the shoot during Godsmack, and they have 30 TVs in there with all the camera angles, right? The director's sitting there going, with one monitor going, go to 13, go to 47, go to 58, you know, and he's bringing in the camera angles, and he'll say, hold 17, and he'll call in some more cameras in, okay, now 17, that kind of thing. And I watched him do it the day before, so I knew he did this for me, because that next night when she was on his shoulders, they waited, and right when it went, it was the last thing, and it goes black, boom. All you saw was the logo on that naughty, hottie body. On 2 40-foot screens, her right there. Thank you, Dan. So, they gave me a little signage at the Rock and Rev Festival during Creed show. Which was like, since they're religious heavy metal, that was like sacrilegious. We'll be back after the break. Butch Lloyd Radio Roadshow. Play us out, fellas.
This is comedian Ophelia from Wichita, and Butch Lloyd Radio Roadshow is everywhere except for where I am because of the restraining order.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Push-Up Bra Inventor.
Mr. Push-Up Bra Inventor.
Never before has one man done so much with so little.
Lifting them higher.
From mosquito bites, pimples, and pancakes to melons, mountains, and major league yabos. An engineering feat so brilliant it can only be described as va-va-va-voom. Thanks to you, even a 90-year-old grandmother can go from A to double D in a single bound.
What's your number, Granny?
So crack open an ice-cold Bud Light, oh hoister of the hooter, because when it comes to the bust, you're the best.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Why wait for your tattoo when you want it now? You could take your design to a clean, sterile facility today. Wildside Tattoo and Piercing on Fairmont Avenue in Lakewood is ready to take your design today. Or pick from over 100,000 designs. So stop by Wildside Tattoos on Fairmont Avenue in Lakewood and see designers Jerry or the returning Shane Anderson. Other artists and piercers are available. Walk-ins welcome, or for appointment, call 716-499-0464. Visit us online at wildsideny.com. Open Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. Saturdays, 1 p.m. to 11 p.m. Tell them Butch sent you. Have Jerry show you the badass ink they're doing for me. Wildside Tattoos and Piercing.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Airport Baggage Handler.
Mr. Airport Baggage Handler.
Why just set a bag down when you can throw it, kick it, or simply ignore it?
It's time for my lunch break.
SFO, ORD, LAX. The complex airport codes are almost unsolvable. But that's okay, because thanks to you, everything's going to Tulsa.
That's in Oklahoma.
When comforting a traveler about a lost bag or a treasured family pet, you need only remember 3 simple words. Airline not responsible.
Thank you for flying.
So crack open an ice cold Bud Light, oh king of the carousel. You give us all a reason to carry on.
Mr. Airport Baggage Handler.
Bud Light beer at Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Man, I love those commercials, man. And now they're so in the culture, they're so in my head, that I can't see an idiot doing something stupid without actually hearing that voice in my head, you know, real man of genius. Because it's like it does. It comes right to my head. Like the other day, I'm driving over here to the studio. Remember that? We saw that guy.
That guy with the tiny little lawn?
Yeah, with the little yard, right? And it was like he's got a 10-foot by 10-foot patch of grass out there, and he's got one of those grass seed spreaders, you know, where you put the strap around your neck and you crank the crank and it flings the grass seed. He's got one of those things on in this 10 by 10 patch of dirt, and I'm thinking that is like overkill, right? I mean, come on, you could have tossed a handful of seeds out there, for crying out loud. All I could think of was one of those commercials, you know. It'd be like, Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Strap-on Grass Seed Spreader Guy.
Mr. Strap-on Grass Seed Spreader Guy.
You won't let the size of your lawn keep you from the joy of using all things lawn care.
Gonna mow it with my rider.
Sure, you could have tossed a couple of handfuls of seeds out there in the lawn, but not if there's a tool that'll do it for you.
Wanna use my tool.
Oh, your neighbors are looking at you like you're crazy, and this is only step 1. Wait till step 2, fertilization.
I've gotta spread the dookie.
So ignore those looks from your neighbors and smile at the thought that you've given a whole new meaning to the word strap-on.
Strap it on and spread it.
So crack open an ice cold Bud Light, old Sultan of the Seed, and know that there's only 3 months of growing season left.
Mr. Strap-on Grass Seed Spreader Guy.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri. I love saying that. That is our newest sponsor, Anheuser-Busch Budweiser. I love it because I am a Bud man. As a matter of fact, I actually have a question because I've been technically soaking in Budweiser for like 20 years. Does that make me Beechwood aged? I think it does. I'm clean. I'm crisp. I'm refreshing. That's me. That's the show. Clean, crisp, refreshing. Butch Lloyd Radio Roadshow, 103.1.